Welcome to Seriously Podcast, the show where we recap the top digital series. Each week we dissect an episode.
And we're talking dissect, like we go in and peep everything.
We share our questions, comments, and concerns, but mostly concerns because these characters stay bugging.
Girl, like, what is their life about?
Girl, these shows have me stressed.
In this episode, we are recapping episode 8 of BT Plus's hit show Bigger. Our guest today is the hilarious and crazy talented Chase Anthony, who plays Deon. Listen in as we discuss the show and get all of the behind-the-scenes tea. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Seriously Podcast. I'm Brittany.
I'm Mary.
And today, as you know, we are talking about Bigger on BT Plus and getting deep into episode 8, but we brought some backup to help us through this episode. We have Chase Anthony with us today. Hey, Chase.
Hello, ladies. Hello, everybody.
Hey, welcome to Seriously Podcast. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me. I got dressed for this.
Oh,
yes,
thank you so
I
much.
love it. So how are you feeling? How's quarantine treating you?
To be honest, it has its ups and downs. I'm doing the solo quarantine, so that's where the downs are. But, when you talk to some of your friends in relationships, that might be the up,
Right?
True. Where are you based in? Are you in California?
Yeah, I'm in LA.
Okay.
It tempts you because the weather sometimes it be looking nice and you're like, all right, cool. I can't go nowhere. That's crazy.
Yeah, in New York, we just decided it's over. Like, even though we're the epicenter, people are just out here, no masks, no gloves, just living their life. They don't care.
Sound like Atlanta.
But at least they got the go ahead. We did not get that. We just out here doing whatever we want.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm sorry.
That's just us.
That's New York for you. All right, so we always like to ask our guests, what was the very first web series you ever got hooked on?
Web series that I ever got hooked on, I
probably
see. Yeah. Digital series.
Mm-hmm.
Do I dare tell? I think the first one that I really got hooked on might have been Peaky Blinders, if I could be completely honest. Because at first I wasn't streaming. It's like the Irish gangsters, gypsies, and stuff like that. So I was like, and I saw Tom Hardy was in it. So I was like, oh, okay. But now I feel like I've streamed everything. So there's been a lot of streaming since I've been sitting in the house. I think I've watched everything from. I mean, I just finished watching Black as Fuck, so that was entertaining to me. Thoroughly enjoyed that. What was the other one? My favorite thing just came back out with a third episode. It's probably like the corniest, probably worst show, or it's not worst show. It's actually a very entertaining show. Magic for Humans.
Magic for Humans.
It's on Netflix. It is funny just because you get to see people like the reaction. Magic freaks me out just in general, but when you see people's reaction, it is the most entertaining thing.
Oh, so that's on Netflix. I never heard of that.
Me either.
Check it out.
Okay,
We always learn about new shows. Thank you.
Right? Thank you. So we love you on Bigger, but actually was introduced to you on A Whole New Irving.
Hey,
I love that show.
Hey.
I didn't get to see it.
Are you guys still working on that? Is more episodes?
So it actually got bought by a bigger network. They didn't do the press release, so I can't say what bigger network is, but it's one of my favorites. Probably one of your favorites.
Okay.
And so they're just, of course, there's a process with it, or whether they keep pushing it forward in that process is, yet to see, especially with this pandemic. But the pilot episode has been rewritten for, this big network. And so, they just get the go ahead of where we go there. And again, you be keeping your fingers crossed, like, am I still Irvin?
Right. That's still me.
And they be like, yeah, you won awards and all kind, but am I still Irvin? Like, I won the awards, right? That's facts. But Irvin, is that a fact? Or y'all just gonna change his name, call the nigga Greg, and now we gotta move on? Like, a whole new Greg? Oh no.
That's real. When small shows get picked up, they change the whole cast half the time.
Yeah.
Aqua Black Girl, Insecure, Tristan, got to see that. So
But you know what? You on Bigger, all right? And that's a good show, okay?
Hey.
So, what drew you to your role in Bigger?
The things that drew me to my role in Bigger, probably I had some identifying factors. You know, I think that we all try to look out for the women in our lives, our mothers and stuff like that. And I actually have a background in accounting, so that wasn't too far
Mm.
Oh, he is
fetch.
Deon.
Yeah, I know you get fired a lot, and you end up like, ta-da! Look at me acting the way
Wow.
I did at work.
That's relatable.
You know what I'm saying? Look at me being method. This is method with the motherfucker.
Method acting.
I'm sorry, I didn't even ask if I could be free with my vernacular on this.
Do your thing.
Okay,
Do your
cool, cool.
thing.
Yeah, yes. So those are some, and then I'm from Atlanta, so like I know the that energy because my cousins, my sisters, like they still live
Mm-hmm.
there and they're in their 30s, and so it was some good identifying factors that
Mm-hmm.
helped, I guess, build Dion.
What was the audition process like?
Man, that was the audition process was it's challenging, it's grueling. You know, I don't know if you've ever watched like the NFL combine or the NBA combines and stuff like
Nah.
that. It's almost like that same drafting process. You know, it's you going in there, you seeing all the familiar faces, and it can be encouraging and discouraging in the same way. You know, because you're seeing people that you're rooting for. You know what I'm saying? Not that you're not
Mm-hmm.
rooting for yourself, but you know, you find yourself rooting for your friends or people that just got good
Yeah.
energy. You don't know people's situation, and so it can have its pluses and minuses in the sense of like you're grateful.
Hmm.
It does rack your brain because you're sitting there waiting for approval in some senses,
Mm-hmm.
and validation from somebody else. And two, again, like the one thing that I think I sit with is like if God wanted for me to be for me. Other than that, like
Right.
be patient, sit still, like enjoy your journey, bro. Like if this ain't for
Hmm.
you, something else will be. But root for
Right.
the person that did get it and enjoy this process. So this was like my real education through how I handled it. And I say the worst part for me was, you know, you rooting for other people, but other than that, I enjoyed it. Like because if it wasn't for me, then it was for somebody else. So I just went in there and
Right.
tried to have fun.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, great job on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We also have another we have a listener question from Bianca. How did you navigate your blackness throughout your career? Because I know you mentioned, you was in accounting. So do you relate to Dion in the sense of having to appease your white coworkers, and how did that go?
Yeah, no, I think that's just a challenge of being black, you know, of
Mm-hmm.
when to be all the way black and when to just be black. You know, you don't turn it off, but you know, we're not ourselves at work, so like,
Right.
you know, so you are bringing a totally different vibe, and I think for myself it was challenging, especially because I was originally in production accounting, so all that
Mm,
Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, and Ray J of Love, and Real and Chance. Like I was doing accounting on that, and
really?
so I necessarily didn't have to dress a certain type of way, but you do see that when you're handling money, it does come across when you know nobody really want to come in there and say hip hop chase handling the
Mm-hmm.
money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that was something that I had to kind of remove my ego and understand. Like the aesthetics do matter at times. Like you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then it didn't make it better that I went and bought like a SS Impala and put it on some like 22s. I was like, I got money, and it was like some loud ass color. So I'm pulling up to the office, like, yeah, trust me with your money, and some shit that is fucking killing people's eardrums. It's like, oh my
Right.
god, what is happening here? So I had to navigate that and understand that, like, hey, bro, your presentation when you handling money, like I was Vince in some senses. Like you
Mm.
kind of gotta grow up a little bit. You gotta
Yes.
evolve.
I know Dion also feels the pressure of his family and like having to stay in this like office job. Do you relate to in that sense? Have pressure from your family?
I think we all do. You know, I,
Mm-hmm.
I think it. I think being being part of a family, like it's just like, yeah, man. Listen, you got to make it. You got to save all of us. And I think once
Right.
it looks that way, you know, it can bear down on you in some sense because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to really navigate those waters in the sense of like, all right, do I give y'all
Mm-hmm.
all my money? Do I really owe
Right?
y'all? Like,
Yeah.
am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to get myself together first?
Right.
Like, how dope is this Mother's Day supposed to be? Because, are we grading, on the level of like, make it to the league or not make it to the league? What kind of mom you are? Like, what are we balancing this
Right.
off of? Like, I thought that you loved me. I didn't know that I owed you. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yep.
and that's the position that your family and friends are kind of put you in. It's like, oh no,
Mhm.
you got it, and everybody get up from a table or they'll spend your money for you. So I think that we just have that as a norm. And two, again, I got four sisters, so I'm the
Mm.
brother. So it kind of catches you that way too. Like, no, be a man. It's like, wait a minute.
Right.
I was at the march supporting y'all, like, hey, equality, and now like y'all like, man up on this bill. It's like I don't think that's what they was
Oh
talking
my
about.
gosh.
Okay, so let's quickly jump into what's been going on so far in Bigger. Like in our mind, right? Last episode, Deon and Lane, they had a little road trip. They unpacked some truths, and the way we see it, Lane's engagement ended like on a Friday night. She drove to Deon's hometown with him on a Saturday night, and they came back on a Sunday night, and now they're dating almost. Like Deon doesn't kind of seem like he kind of seems like the level-headed one. Like, why would he jump into something like that with Lane? Like, why is he making that kind of exception for her?
I think, I mean, as far as like for my character work, it was a little bit of time. Like she was cooped up in the house for a minute, so
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. It
so
didn't seem
so
like
I
that.
was so I was getting her out, and I think that I think the road trip kind of said it all. You do get in there, you do get to talk about it, you do get to see somebody for who they are, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily what some of their actions may have portrayed. Like,
Mhm.
laying up to that point, she was a good girl. She was trying to go by the book. She was trying to do everything right, and I think when we went backwards, we got to see like, oh, okay, Chase was on that fuck shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or Deon, I'm sorry, Chase. Deon
Man,
was.
he came for
I mean,
himself.
I played college football, so I kind of know like it's
Ah.
like you present yourself as like, hey, this is who I want to be, but I'm not that person right now. Where do I
Mm-hmm.
go from here? I do want to learn a lot more about myself, and I think that once you get in that position and you go back to your mom's crib and y'all really diving into what happened, what it was, you're in a place of comfort, so you expose. Like your
Mm-hmm.
mom's in the other room, you back in your room. So now she got you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh well, I got you in the most loving place that I can. Let me ask some questions or let me probe you a little bit, and then you end up being in that place where now you're like, now I got these emotions. You still got a ring
Mhm.
on. I'd never met the other dude, but supposedly he got the biggest dick in the world. It's like you don't you sitting there like, all right, and again, like Chase was looking at that like, damn, you don't listen, hey, Deon, Deon, let it cool off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let her cool off, let it cool off. It just is like,
Mhm.
but I think that as much as we want to navigate love with this clear space and this clear path, that ain't life, and I don't think that any of us that have been in love thought it would be with the person that it was, and the person that we thought we would be in love with probably was the worst shit that we could have been in. Like, oh my god, this was not like what I thought it was.
Mm,
Right. And
talk about
with Dion, we haven't explored his romantic life too much. Like we just see his life with his mom and then his friends.
I felt
What
the
do you
same way. I felt the
right?
same at first when I was watching the show and when I was reading the scripts. I was like, so is he celibate? Like, is he
For
the only one?
real.
does he
Is
like
he the only one?
Yeah.
Like, at least it showed, like, even with Tracy's character, it showed reminiscence that she had some dick. You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
me, I'm just out here. I'm like, damn, I ain't got no girl. I ain't got no women.
no?
I ain't got nothing. I ain't.
He's focused, I guess. In college it was all about the fraternity. And now it's all about his family, I guess.
Work and
Listen,
go home. That's it.
I get it. We've all had some trying times in college where we might have been
Mhm.
out there a little bit, but we don't tap all the way out. Like,
Right?
damn, like you finally got money and you tapped out, and you went Atlanta.
He got tunnel vision. He didn't worry about that.
Well, shit, when your mom called and asked for a roof, you know what I'm saying? Then you like,
Right.
it makes sense. She bleeding, this nigga
Yeah.
dry. So
Yep.
you end up. So I think that's even to go to even back to that road trip scene. Like, you in there and you've been giving this woman all this other stuff. You kind of trying to see like who gonna take this place.
Mhm.
Somebody save
So,
me.
what do you think women, if he dated anybody, we don't know, but what would you think women he dated say about him and the type of guy he is?
I'll say that they look at Deon as that cheapskate, like
Really?
the
He's cheap?
idea of yeah, very
Oh,
cheap.
damn.
The idea of a relationship mathematically didn't make sense, and that was the way that I approached it,
Mm.
even as a what's name. Just because if I'm giving all this support in other places, and I'm still trying to have my own money and function, it kind of, as much as we don't want to say it like this, relationships cost money. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, we want to go here, we want to go out on a date, but
Mm-hmm. So you want to stay home?
I mean, that seems to be the way that
Yeah.
Deon was playing it. He did have a comfortable crib too.
I can see
Like
that.
Deon did have a comfortable ass crib. I was looking like, this is why this nigga don't go nowhere.
Wow. So wait, what is his like? What is he looking for in a relationship? What's his goal? Does he want to get married? Does he want kids? Like, did you come up
I,
with these
I
things?
yeah, I think you have to. And for me, I was looking for just like what you end up putting yourself in a position when you're money hungry or when you're driven by money or when money is a big factor. You're looking
Mm-hmm.
for somebody that's not a burden. And I think that's why it was so easy for that to come up when we was talking about Lane. Like, you got somebody sponsor your life. Like, damn, are you jealous? Are you envious? Like, are
Mm.
you pissed that you
Mm,
have to man up in these situations or supposedly man up? So I think he's looking for this perfect person that fits and doesn't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily cause this financial burden.
Mm.
mm.
So I think that was probably why it was so easy to go bad on Lane too. It's like, wait a minute, hold on, she got bills.
That's what it was.
I think that's why the ending was so climactic. It's like you getting this person who's so attached to his money, or that's what is driving him.
Mm-hmm.
This big moment of financial freedom, and then you get him to this place where he's like, all right, well, cool, fuck it, it is what it is. Let me
Mm-hmm.
take care of you, and then punk ass
Yeah.
Greg and shit coming in.
Damn.
So, and I also want to know your thoughts about Deon calling Lane sis. Like, have you ever did that? Like, hit a girl with a sis before?
I no, to be honest, it's been opposite. It's been opposite.
Oh,
Where
Really?
you been
what you
broke?
mean? Listen,
Been
yeah,
broke?
where they play you, where it's like, hold on, talking about I wasn't, bro. Just, okay,
Friend
bro, all
zone.
right. Well, it ain't,
What?
but it ain't even necessarily friend zone. They just try to let you know, like, listen, you ain't paying to play. Somebody else is paying to
Mm.
play.
Oh,
Oh, they hit
You
you with
could,
that Veronica.
yeah,
damn.
Okay.
you could be here, but when I announce you, or I've also been in that position to get shoes. Like, oh yeah, this is my brother. It's like, oh, that's crazy.
Dang.
So now I can't even say nothing about him looking at my girl like this because
Right.
I'm her brother just because we both happen to be light skinned. Like, what the fuck is happening right now? No, we don't even look alike.
That hurts. That hurts.
Oh man, being put in the bro zone, it sucks because you try to be a nice guy, you try to be a good
Mm-hmm.
guy, and to be honest, I think that it's still petty on both sides, right? Because if
Yeah.
you're just being a good guy to get some play, then you should probably just
Mm.
establish that, like, hey, look, I really am a good guy, but I hope
Right.
this leads to some sex.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then they expect, oh, well, I thought that we was just because you was a good guy. It's like, hold on, talking about, I don't help everybody move. I'm over here moving. Like, I got all my friends over here helping move. They thought you was my girlfriend too. I'm your brother.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I'm your brother.
I don't help
No.
people move to this day because I've been. Listen, it hurts.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I've broed some guys before, but half the time they don't listen. They're like, okay, I may
Oh,
be broke now, but I'm gonna get out of this friend zone soon.
so
No.
confident. They're so
So
confident in themselves.
Because sometimes y'all like that, and then sometimes y'all don't. Like, sometimes y'all want the
Mm,
bad guy. Like, ooh, he got edge, and then y'all get older. Like, edge also comes with a record. We don't want that edge
that is
no
true.
more. We
That is
don't
very
want
true.
that edge no more. And then sometimes y'all like, oh, I want a nice guy. And, y'all watch The Notebook or some movie like this.
yeah,
Oh, we're gonna be friends, and then we're gonna fall in love. Y'all, we lame. It's lame than what's the name?
Mm-mm.
listen.
No
That
woman
comes from
wants a nice
somewhere.
guy.
Yeah, you find out. You find out.
If that's
I
the
tried
nicest thing
both.
we can say about you, we don't want you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta bring something more. Like you could be nice, but where's your personality? Like, can you make me laugh? Like,
See, there's a list. That's what we all realize that are all single. We got some list, and ain't nobody we ran into met that list. Because then it's like,
right?
yeah, he's funny, but I don't like his laugh. You like,
Yeah.
Ugh,
I
we
thought
all
you said
have
you
a
want
list.
him to be funny.
But
He's funny as hell. Yeah, exactly. But he's short. That sounds current. That one sound current.
That's a constant, first of all.
That's a constant. Listen, I'm coming with you at 5'9". Like,
Get
in my face
Get out of my face.
every day.
That is hilarious.
Wait, so you mentioned a lot of us that are single. Are you single? Because a lot of listeners were asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
y'all.
single.
Okay.
I'm chilling. I will say I was in a relationship prior to getting booking the role, and then once you're trying to navigate the schedule, one, and then two, just again you saying the same thing like, so I just got this money, and if I bring somebody in right now, and I can't I can't live the way I want to live now. I'm paying for dinners and stuff. I've been probably the cheapest person since.
You
She set the tone.
Deon.
Yeah, she set the tone. She set the tone. She scarred me.
Oh no.
Yeah, when you think you're good and you ain't, you like, damn, all right. Well, here we are.
Dang.
And it's hard in LA.
It's quarantine.
Well, yeah, no, that's before quarantine. You've been going out on a couple dates. Like, I thought that we was like dating. You was like, she just hungry.
Damn.
See, I can't do that. I'm not going on a date just because I'm hungry. Like, if I don't like you, I can't do it. But a lot of women do.
Yeah. Oh, LA, you like this. Listen, I got this rent payment, or I can eat. And you like, where's a sucker? Let me call.
Right, what you doing tonight?
Yeah. I can tell by his post he bored. Like, let me go ahead and slide in his DMs. Like, hey, big head.
Speaking of DMs, we had a question from a listener, Warren. He says, in the age of sliding DMs, what has been the craziest fan message you've received?
You got stories.
You got stories.
No, I'll say what the most current best one was.
Oh, this morning?
No, hilarious. 2 days ago. It's still Monday. No, it was that I got a thank you, and I was like, for what? And it was said that I was. I know. I was like and it was like, were you in my dreams last night and you did great? And I was like,
oh, man.
I was like, okay. It almost like you clutch your pearls, like,
okay. Wow, they come in bold like that. Okay.
I mean, again, man, the biggest misconception that people could have is that men and women ain't on the same page. It's like, no, women are just selective. Men go for anything. Women are just selective. They want to be there. Like,
yeah.
Men are just like, I mean, she said that she wanted to have sex. Like, what was I was just standing there. So I had to have sex with her. It's like, no, nigga, you didn't have to have sex with her. Take your ass home.
That is very true.
Women want it. Women know how to get it. They the biggest players. They know how to cheat. They know how to do all that. So it's like, we got to let that go. That women are aggressive.
Yeah, they be out here too.
Yeah.
It's triggered. Okay, so let's get into episode 8 of Bigger. Okay, so as we know, last episode we left off with Deon and Lane on their road trip, and they had a heart-to-heart. They really opened up to each other, and it kind of left them in this gray area of like where they want to take this relationship. So they're sitting in the car, and Lane is fake asleep because it's awkward right now.
Yeah.
Like, she wants to avoid it. Like, she doesn't want to be the one to be like, so what are we doing? What are we doing? Which is like a lot of women. A lot of women do not want to ask, what are we doing? Where is this going?
Moment of truth. If he leaves the car running, just friends. If he turns the car off, then you already know.
So she's trying to like kind of test them, but he just giving her this awkward look, awkward smile, not saying much.
Yeah, they both want the same thing.
They do, but no one's really like saying it right away.
Mm-hmm.
Until he goes get her bag, and the next thing you know, they making out.
Mm-hmm.
Like
on the way to the bed.
On the way, they didn't even get the key all the way through the door. It was on and popping. But I'm here for it though.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it, but then again, I am.
The truth does that. As soon as you start telling the truth, and women got guidelines. So as soon as I hit those guidelines, it was just like, it's go time. And she had a nice crib, so it was like,
She does have a nice house.
I said that. I was like, oh, she's living. She didn't even have to sell her car. She could have downgraded her apartment. Honestly.
Right?
That is so funny. So let me ask y'all: do y'all have those same little checklists? Like, if he does this and this, it's go
now
time.
you want to interview the interviewer? No.
Hey, listen. Hey.
Sorry,
What's
you're in
your
my
question?
business.
My question is: do y'all got that same little? Hey, if he do this, if he open up the door for me, and he paid, then it's go time. If it's a trunk thing, like,
I think
Yes
I
and
think
no.
I do. Yeah. Definitely like certain things. Like if you're out to dinner, I'm like, oh, if he gonna pay, then okay. Like, cause I think that's a big thing. Guys should pay on the first date. So I think it's little things like that. Oh,
what if I listen? I've always had this question.
go ahead.
Speak.
What if y'all mid date and y'all both know the date ain't going good?
I'm sorry? Who invited me out?
Mm.
Listen, if y'all both swipe left, then nobody invited nobody.
No,
but someone has to
appear here.
Yeah, someone has to say, "Oh, let me take you out tonight."
Listen, I get, but we know how aggressive women can be. That's okay. We don't know. We're just making a general statement. We're both sitting there.
Right.
We both have money. When do we call it? When do we call it a quits?
If it's not working, I'm paying my half and I'm out. I have no problem doing that.
Boom.
Yeah.
I've always wondered, because I know we've all said on dates like, yeah, I don't even want to be here no more. Let me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste my energy anymore.
Yeah. Why get dessert? Why pay for extra parking?
Right. True.
What or why?
Because that happened to me, but I wasn't having a good time, but he was having the time of his life, and I was like, but I just kept it pushing. I mean, I think he paid for the first place, and then for some reason we went to a second spot, and then I paid for something there, but it just was not. I was ready to go.
That is so funny. That is so funny. She was like, he was having a time in his life.
He was having a good old time.
He went home. He was like, nigga, I might have met my wife today. And you went home like, this nigga. I said, oh my God. He need to be somebody's wife because he has no idea. He has no idea.
No.
Like, damn.
So what happens next, Mary?
So I think she ended up like dropping a frame of the homies, and she took that as a sign. So they both agreed to like take it slow until it feels right.
And I think that was a little bit of a sign. Y'all believe in signs?
Yeah, I mean, broken glass and stuff like this. The funniest part about that whole episode to me is that I had to touch feet.
Oh,
and I hate feet. And if you would have saw them trying to Angela, the director, great director. I love Angela because she was pretty much like this. Hey, you better get it together. You better get it together and just dive in there. And then Tanisha was trying to be all like nice, like their feet, And I'm like, nah, they ain't feet, man. I don't fuck with feet like that. That was the funniest part about that whole episode to me. I mean, there's some funny moments in the episode, especially as we get towards the ending, not the ending, but right before the ending, whatever. But it for me, I was like, oh, you gotta do it. Oh, you gotta do it. And then it put me in a bad situation because like, even if I do get a girlfriend, I do get married, like she like this. Oh, so you touch money for feet, but you don't touch money for love.
Right. You're like, well,
what? Like, are you paying? I don't know what's happening right now, but no, I'm not fucking with feet. Like, it's just not.
Yeah, nah.
And so you really have to get into character and get method. You like Deon touch feet, obviously, but Chase,
right?
Not me. Nigga don't fuck with feet at all.
Yes, and also I was watching Deliver from Eva the other day, and one of the characters had the wife's foot all in his mouth. Like I was like, really? Licking the toes, kissing the toes. I'm like, no, stop.
I need to put that in my rider. Like, hey, he does not, by all means necessary, not.
That's so funny,
man.
So next scene, Veronica, she's stressed because her pockets are hurt right now because she put all this money out for this complex and it's broken down.
It was shitty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Veronica, but I mean, she played herself. She should have stayed in her
Yeah.
lane and, just do what she does in her real estate. But she tried to, go into a lane that's not hers.
Right.
Because she's so obsessed with her old assistant. Like, girl, have a seat.
Who living her own life. They're
not even noticing her.
At all.
Well, we done all been there, because at the end of the day, we could tell ourselves a version of a story, and it could be real as fuck. You seen how committed she was. Like that story was real to her. There was nothing that nobody else could. And I'm watching I just finished that Michael Jordan Last Dance documentary, and he did the same thing. He was like, yeah. He was like, Mike, I don't think that he said that. He was like, yeah, but I heard him say that. It's like, oh. Michael Jordan crazy. Like, he just hearing shit like that. It ups your level of competition. And so I can see how we probably have all done that. Like this. What'd she say to me? She said, she'll like my outfit. I'm fly as fuck tomorrow.
Yeah.
Watch this shit.
Right.
It's a bit delusional, though.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
In Veronica's situation, that girl was not paying her no mind. And she just came in, took off, tried to take something that really shouldn't have belonged to her, and now she paid too much for something that she has to put so much work into. So was it worth it?
But we've all been at jobs, and we see people, and especially in sometimes our community, we not fans of other people. It's like, hey, you either with us or against us, and I didn't grow up with you. So I don't care how nice you are to me, and if you get somewhere before me, and I don't know how you got there, then who you fuck? Who you fuck? You must have. And because that's our mentality, especially when we are already working from a deficit. We don't think that there's enough out there for us, so we going on this trail, and we think we ahead, and then somebody else come up. It's like. Wait, hold on. No, hell no. No.
Yeah, that's what's killing her the most. Like, this girl used to work for me, and now she's making more than me. How? So,
I got questions, like.
Yeah.
I wanted to find out too. I'm like, this. She done put the board together. Let's really find out how she got here.
That board,
because it don't make sense. It don't make sense to me.
So she talks to the contractor to see how much renovations are. He's talking about $5,000 a unit. She's like, absolutely not. I can do half of this myself. So she gets to work. Real Bob the Builder on them.
Yes.
So she's not playing. Come on.
She was so proud of herself, but sis barely scratched the surface. She had 9 buildings to go. I was like, damn. I was with her too.
That was funny.
She did all of that. Then she find out she got 9 more units.
That shit was funny.
You better call your friends, girl.
That's my thing. Where was her friends? Where were y'all? Deon?
But no, you gotta save face. You gotta save face. So at the end of the day, you don't want everybody to know that you fucked up. So you over there just trying to thug it out together, sort out your thoughts, trying to get it together. But that shit was funny though, because you was like, oh, she did it, and you was like, she did it in one. But all the rest is still fucked up.
She got a long way to go.
I was like, oh man. So yeah, no, it's. I think it's that same thing. Like, we be doing shit, we be biting off more than we can chew. Like, let me not even call them, so I don't have to hear what they gotta say.
So they would say a whole bunch of stuff.
Especially Tracy.
Yeah.
Tracy be like, you bought this for what?
And now you want me to help you.
I love your Tracy impersonation.
Thank you. All right, so let's go to Vince. So he's still doing the Breakfast Club shift.
Yes.
And
so slow.
He's so upset about it. So slow. No, the pole dancers aren't even dancing.
They are just dead on that pole. They're not doing anything on the pole.
They don't care. They're like, for what? For what? So the manager is stressed because he lost his night DJ, and Vince is like, this is the perfect opportunity. I could get in.
You let me spend tonight, I'll give you 10% of my tips. No cap. 20%. What the fuck is no cap? It means no lie. And you know none of them DJs gonna give you that. I'm gonna have it lit. All right. But update your playlist. That Ja Rule shit don't motivate no poles or no hoes.
First of all, why you playing Ja Rule? I turn up with Ja Rule in the club. Stop.
Girl.
Where would I be without you?
Girl.
That's
the music Vince plays is cute for a little barbecue. for a little
Barbecue!
family night, but that's not the vibe for, ass shaking, money throwing movement that happens at the strip club. So the owner
Family
has no
night.
confidence in him. And I didn't have confidence in him either, because I'm like, if he's going to do this, where's your laptop? Because that's the number one thing you need as DJ.
He's a purist.
That's so funny. That there legit is music that will give you so much nostalgia that you want to text somebody versus pulling money out your pocket. You got ass shaking in front of you, but you like, nah, that's barbecue. Nah, I can't give you at least $5. Nah, I can't. This barbecue music? Nah, I can't.
This
I can't.
2000s Ja Rule.
They bust it open the barbecue music. Damn, that's good to know though. Like, don't hit them with no classics, nigga. You better come up with some new little Uzi Vert, nigga. Don't go backwards, little baby. No.
So Vince meets up with Tracy, to give him some advice for his late night debut. And Tracy gives him like advice just to be yourself, like give the people what they want. They like to see the real you. And just go live and just be authentic, because Vince is struggling with that.
Yeah.
Yep. So she shows him like a cute way to be engaging and warming to his followers and stuff. So Vince is impressed. He's gonna take some notes.
He was super impressed. Like, I'm like, this wasn't a play. Like, you didn't see Hamilton. Like, it was Hamilton. That 30-second video. She didn't do much. That's how you know he lives like in a whole different world. Like, he does not know. Like, she did the most basic thing.
We done showed our parents some shit on our phone, and we done seen their mind get blown. Like, you can do that?
That's how he was.
Exactly.
Only for about 4 years now. You've been able to do that on your phone. That's swipe up means close the app. That's what that means.
Vince is not that much older.
He's not on social media at all. He doesn't know anything about this.
My brother just got on, so trust me.
Really?
Niggas can be lost. He don't know how to reply to the comment that they wrote. He like right up under it like it's some new shit. I'm like, no, come on, man.
What?
Y'all see.
So he goes to the club and he's turning up for the people. Everybody's going crazy. Like,
It started off good. He hit them with the throwbacks, so it was working for him.
Once you hit that juvenile, you good. You good to go.
Yes, of course.
99 for the 2000s.
He started feeling himself too heavy. It was too much too soon. I said, wait a minute now. You got too much dip on your chin. You better relax. Okay? Because one of these little rappers asked for
Lil Baby.
I don't know who
Lil Baby.
One of the
Hey, Lil Baby. Hey, shout out Lil Baby.
Shout out to Lil Baby.
Yeah, one of the babies.
One of the babies in them.
Yeah, look, man, you got lit in here, right? But I got that new drip I want you to play. I know they're gonna go crazy when they hear it. Oh, yeah, for sure. Plug this shit in right here. I don't have anywhere to plug this in. What, you ain't got no computer? Nah, I use vinyl. Come on, man, that's some bullshit, man. Come on, shit, man. Everything all right, Mr. Baby? I tried to give your man my flash drive. He don't even got no computer. But it's all good, man. I'm going to go room where it's popping it. And these hoes don't look like nothing anyway.
It was embarrassing.
I was embarrassed. Like, you just played yourself. Like, Vince could have, finessed it and, like, hold on, I got you. I'm going to play you next. And found a computer. Somebody got a computer in the office.
No. Remember the DJ
before had
he offered him. That's what I was just like, nigga, no, bro, take the computer, man.
Take the computer.
He was like, I got this, young blood. I was like, oh, damn. That's where you fucked up, man.
Dang. Like, he played himself. So, Lil Baby was out.
He said, I'm leaving.
I'm out.
Why would I? And then he had the nerves to say the girls ain't looking like nothing. I said, oh, now all of a sudden they're not looking like nothing.
We just said that, though. We just said music does something to you. It puts you in a certain place. You don't want to spend money. Like, you visually, it just all goes down. When the beat ain't going, like, remember your head going up and down. When you got clear vision, because you ain't moving nowhere, you bobbing your head, everybody can look cute.
Yeah. When the music take, now everybody ugly. Gotcha.
Yeah, everybody.
So we don't know if Vince still got a job.
We'll see. So Christy, yoga lady, got a petition going to kick Willie out of the area. The nerve of her. Like, I just want to mind her business.
Look, this is nothing personal. It's just that you sleeping out here isn't good for business. Not mine, not Lane's. I can.
I'll tell them. I'll tell them. Okay.
Who are you talking to?
The spirits, and the spirits want me to tell you. He wants me to tell you that the earth was given to everybody, and everybody belongs to the earth. So you don't own anything.
Sorry, that's just not how the world works.
Well, maybe that's the problem.
So she putting all her energy into what Willie's doing. I mean, he does. He did interrupt her class that episode.
Yeah, but it had me thinking, like, if she's constantly bothering Willie, like, when do you teach these yoga classes? Like, is it once a day? Like, you paid rent to be teaching a class once a day?
Right,
Like,
'cause you're
why do
so
you
busy
constantly
worrying about
bother
what
this
Willie
person?
doing.
That's so funny.
That's so true.
What kind of business owner are you?
I think we all got our favorite homeless person. I think that's what it is. Like I got the dude that I know that I'm gonna give money. I got the dude I know.
Yup.
Like I built a rapport with him. Willie wasn't her homeless person, and I think that's why she
Yeah.
felt like. But she probably again she from a different neighborhood, so she ain't got no homeless.
That too.
We
Right, that's true.
we used to, you know, at the end of the day, if I can help you, brother, I got you, man. If I don't,
Right.
then I don't. Like, no, you can't wash my windshield. We can't. There's no exchange here. I'm not gonna make you work for nothing. It's not that kind of thing. Willie was minding his business.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mind his business. And he's so sweet. He's so sweet. Like he don't want no
Yeah,
problems.
but just the idea of a black man
And-
that frightens her.
And homeless
Yep.
people, we all feel some type of way. Like, damn, okay, not every day.
I don't know. Maybe it's because we from watching the show, like you know Willie, you know his story, so it's
Mhm.
like it's some sympathy there. Like
Yeah.
but I guess for her, but I don't
Mhm.
know.
No, I mean, I get it. You're infringing on somebody's neighborhood. You don't even know the history here.
Right.
You kind of got to see what's going on to kind of just start before you start barking out orders again. If he ain't bothering everybody else and you seem to be the only one, then that's when it addressed. And I think that's where it got highlighted. It's like, yeah, but Willie ain't really bothering you. He's actually probably appreciative of what your contribution is. You just don't know how to feel comfortable in this space.
She's so
Talk
uncomfortable.
about it.
Gentrification.
There you go.
I don't like her.
I don't like her. So Lane and Deon, they go on their little date, non-date, don't know what to call it at this point. And Lane, she wants to sit all the way in the back, in the dark,
behind the plant,
in the kitchen.
Nobody to see him.
Like we'll just cook our food in the kitchen. Don't worry about it. Like
right? He wants to be front and center. She said, "Absolutely not. We'll be back there. No one is gonna see us."
Right. And Deon's all whispering in her ear. They're being real cute. But they both agree it's still weird.
Yes. It's very awkward. And then she had mentioned, like, I don't get how Vince and Veronica kept it casual. And he's like, who said that's what we do? And I'm like, ooh.
I said, ooh.
And
She said, don't get on this table. And they both like being real flirty because even when he said, what do you see anything you want? She giving him that look like I want you. It's a lot of like they have chemistry.
Sexual innuendos, yes. They eventually get into like a cute romantic groove and even end up making out in his car. He ready to get to her now. Like he wants her now.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, she has the strength to say no. I was like, okay, Miss Lane.
But he was ready to go.
He wants it now.
He was not going to stop.
Right? Both people seemed like they wanted it at that moment. Yes. And she was the one who was like, no, my big draw night. Remember, I wore my big draws just so I didn't have to go there. Yeah, so then she was able to say like, hey, maybe we should wait. We should do all that. And, listen, to each his own.
But if Lane didn't say nothing, Deon would keep it going. Like, he wouldn't be like, we talked about, keeping it slow. Like, he would take her all the way upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, she got a nice house, She got
a nice house.
Yeah.
It's all about the house.
No, but again, it was going there. And so that's why it was that aggressive ass pushback, too. I was like,
oh. Oh, yeah, she got aggressive.
Because it was going there, and then she's like, "Wait." It's like, "Wait."
Never mind.
You was feeling that too, and it was like, "Wait, I'm not feeling it right now, though." I'm like, typical lopsided situation.
Yeah, definitely.
I was proud of her.
Yes, She had the willpower.
Yay.
Wow. The hater in the nest.
So we get to the event that Lane has been prepping for. It's the paint and sip night, but it's boring. It's so
Snooze
boring.
fest. Oh
Snooze
my god.
fest.
That picture, a mess.
Yes, she
I thought it
wants
was
to
a
paint like
children's
some
picture at first.
Lion King. Right? What is this? We don't want to paint that. So
Even her friends was like not feeling it. And they told her to listen to what Liberty said because Liberty had like another idea for the event because this event was depressing as hell. So she activates Plan Mandingo, and then next thing you know, we see these 3 guys come in as the new muse, and they all naked. I'm like, okay, I see what's happening here.
Okay.
And I don't like it.
We didn't want to see what was happening there. It was such an uncomfortable day.
I was uncomfortable in the corner.
Yeah, Deon and Vince was like, I don't even want to turn around. They were scared for their life.
Yeah, that was, and then them women was in there. That's how we know how nasty y'all really are. Them older women was in there like, whoo, ha, oh man, they was fanning themselves. I was like, what kind of?
I saw some aunties. Aunties up in there.
I was like, uh-oh.
But listen, every other episode we see y'all in the strip club. So this episode was for us ladies.
Listen,
right?
Touche. I will give y'all that. But they weren't in the strip club with us, except for Tracy. Tracy popped up in the strip club, but it wasn't really nothing in there. It was just pepper on the pole. Like it wasn't that. So yes, I don't know if it was even. I don't think it was even. When I tell you that was one of the funniest days of also shooting because Vince, but Tristan is so funny to me. He is so funny, and so me and him will go back and forth. When I tell you, I could not hold it together when they were wrapping up that scene. I was like, oh no, he got me.
What? Like just cracking jokes
with the dipping in the paint.
Oh, that
I was like, oh, bro, you won. You win today, my friend. You win today.
Oh, so that wasn't even in the script.
Shout out to Tristan. Hell no. The first parts were, and then they was like, all right, cool, we want y'all to just play on this. And so they had it on there. And if you go back and watch, you'll see that both of us is about to start cracking the fuck up. Because I wasn't expecting him to say that. So, like, especially when he was like, it dipped it in his paint. And then he looked back and he was like, it's blowing bubbles. I was like, oh, no, nigga, no.
That is hilarious.
Shout out to Tristan.
Yes, we had him on the show 2 episodes ago. He's so funny.
Yeah, Thug Yoda, my guy.
Yes. So and then Deon, so Vince is kind of like, how about we just dip? And Deon's like, I have to stay. Vince like, have to? I'm a cousin. I don't even have to. What you like? He's trying to say what you mean by that. And then Deon tries to clean it up, like, it's our girl. We gotta stay.
Yeah, so they're clearly keeping it a secret because even when they were hugging and Lane saw all their friends coming, she's like, okay.
Yes.
So we'll keep it a secret for now.
For now. Mm-hmm. And also with that scene, you see how Vince was upset that the crew didn't show up to him. Why don't the crew shows up for Lane? The crew shows up for Lane though, but they don't show up for each other. You peeping that?
Yes. Veronica was all right. Relax. Calm down. I care less.
They don't care.
We do show up for Vince.
They don't ever come
to the Breakfast Club.
Y'all go to the Breakfast Club.
Up to episode 8, yes, I get what you're saying.
Okay,
you're right.
Thank you.
But then the next couple of episodes, we get our shit together.
Okay, so we'll see those next couple episodes.
I'm gonna look forward to it.
I love how y'all like this. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all only support Lane.
Yeah, because even episode 2 or I think maybe even 1, Tracy was like, "Okay, y'all come with me to the club," and they was like, "Ooh, 11 o'clock." Nah. Like,
but we all know what that is. Like, we got certain friends that be into certain shit. And we like, hey, look, there's a difference between supporting and enabling. And at the end of the day, like your ass want to go out to a club so you can take some pictures. You want to do all that shit? No, we tired. We went to work today. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the fact that they wouldn't even be able to get in the club, that would have been a whole nother thing.
Oh my
They would have
god.
been pissed.
Pissed.
Oh my
Pissed.
god.
Like, you have me out here late,
Late.
and we can't even get in. Don't call me no more.
Her character is so funny.
I
to me.
love Tracy. Love it.
Her character is so funny to me.
She been struggling. She been struggling
Since episode 1. But she
Oh
gonna
my
get
god.
right.
but we still rooting for her.
We are.
Still want to see the positive.
Definitely.
You said, sure. Okay, so we're at towards the end of the episode. Yoga chick from next door, she comes in trying to form a complaint again about the music, the nudity, the drinks, but all Lane want to say is, shut your racist ass up, mind your racist ass business, and leave me alone, you racist. Like, get out of my face. But, this is Lane we talking about. She's going to be nice the whole time.
She thinks she's slick. She wants me to call her the R word. But we all know these days, calling someone the R word is more of an act of aggression than actually being the R word. I ain't falling for it.
Racist. Practicing Eastern tradition in a black neighborhood for white folks don't make you enlightened. It makes you a bold ass thief. Stealing ass yoga bitch. Yoga bitch. Yoga bitch. Yoga bitch.
Yoga bitch.
Yeah,
that was funny. The excitement in people's faces. If you look at some of them aunties' faces in there, and they was talking about yoga bitch, they was chanting that shit for real. They was like, yeah,
they was happy.
They run her out of the damn shop.
They showed them that. Everybody, even the people outside was chanting.
Which just fuels her hatred because she ends up calling the police on Willie.
Yes.
And, he was just minding his business.
That's it. She said, y'all want to play? Okay.
And then she hid in her little yoga studio, and she know damn well it's closed. Like, show your face, yoga bitch.
Show it. Like, come on. Poor Willie. He was minding his business because of... So we kind of got to blame Liberty because she started it.
Liberty ain't do nothing.
Started that chant.
That is true.
So that was episode 8. So let's get into questions, comments, and concerns. At me, she says, have you ever had the situation of best friend turned into more than friends? Kind of what Deon and Lane are going through right now.
Yeah, my last relationship.
How did that go?
It was a good friend, so we thought that everything was copacetic, and then we got in a relationship, and you still see that individually, you still got some stuff that you might want to take care of, might want to work on, and sometimes that ain't the best time for a relationship. But, once y'all have that new discovery, y'all want to explore it right then, or at least one person does. And so it kind of doesn't give y'all the benefit in the relationship, because it's not that it's because y'all know too much or y'all know that. It's one person that wants to move, and the whole friendship now adds up to this relationship, wherein most dating isn't like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It is that space. You usually don't know all that. You're usually getting to know somebody. So it sometimes has conflicting ideas or ideologies going into a relationship because of all the information that y'all know.
Right. And even after the relationship, are you guys still friends now, or it's like no communication?
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely got to a bad place. Don't get me wrong, because you got emotions, you got feelings. Right. Everybody, is dealing with their own part of it and their own version of it. So, and it is a me thing. Like when you break up, it's me. It ain't necessarily thinking about the other person as much as you want to. You're still thinking and dealing with your own problems. And I think eventually we just got to a place where there was enough love in our friendship to where, just because our relationship didn't work out doesn't mean that we got to hate each other. Doesn't mean she's a bad person. Don't mean I'm a bad person. So we kind of got to go from there. Other than that, then now we just wasted 4 or 5 years of a friendship because we couldn't get along in a relationship. Now you just burnt money. As much as I would like to say I'm that petty, I'm actually not. I have been though. I have been.
Yeah, everybody got a petty
Of
moment.
course. You've
Yeah.
matured.
Yeah.
Of course. So,
Some
do
of
you
us.
feel men and women can truly be like long-term friends without sexual tension?
Do I think it's possible? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there sometimes has to be clarity though, because
Okay.
I think that sometimes there is that sexual undertone, or there's somebody that's attracted to somebody, or that there's a place of comfort. So now comfort can sometimes breed trust, which can sometimes translate to sex. So
Mm-hmm.
you can be into that place, but I think that sometimes just provide clarity on like,
Okay.
oh, okay, cool, we do feel like this, but we know it won't work, or we don't feel like this, and that's why it won't work.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you can at least find out what one person stands. Because then it'll come out eventually.
For me personally, I just have a concern.
Oh, ooh, ooh, concern.
Yeah, I'm concerned for Dion just jumping into this thing with
Yeah.
Lane. Like, she was cheating on her fiance. Like,
Yeah.
he's the one that like really drilled that into her head. So does he not like think, oh, if we get into a relationship, will she cheat on me? Does that not play in the back of his mind?
I
Mm.
think I think he bared the results of not necessarily being methodical about it. I don't think that there was much of a strategy. I think that they were both just going off emotions. Her for being heartbroken, looking for comfort and all that. And again, we seen from the whole show that he's had nobody, so he probably just wanted
Mm-hmm.
to kiss somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold me, hug me, please, somebody.
So they're both lonely. Is what you're
No, I think
almost
that
saying?
no, I
Well, for
think
him.
that again, I think that that's how it ends up working out,
Looking.
as far as, yeah, for it don't never line up to where people is single, somebody this. Sometimes you meet somebody and
Yeah.
then you just so happen to be single and y'all work together, or y'all just happen to be single and now you a friend of a friend and they like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to talk to you, but you was married. Oh, he
Mm.
fucked up, cool, now now
Mm-hmm.
I can slide in. So I think that it has those dynamics, but I think that Deon fucked himself and he bared the results. Like, you
Mm.
bear it all too much, knowing everything that and you still, are going to get to a point where it comes to a head of why you see how messy this situation is. You're not a
Yeah.
cleanup man. You're not
Right.
here to clean up anything. Like, you're supposed to be able to be there and ready for that relationship, which is being present. She got too
Mm-hmm.
much past, she got too much present, and she got too much future going on. She was supposed to get married. She just had
Yeah.
some new dick, and now she at your
Mm-hmm.
mama house, and everything's supposed to
Mama don't
be,
like her.
Hater.
yeah. And then two, y'all going through all this emotions, and she still got, and that's why I'm glad my mom said it. Like, you be careful,
Mm-hmm.
being hanging around with somebody else woman in some senses. She got another man ring on. She didn't take it
Yeah.
off until we got in the car.
Mm.
Very
Yes,
true.
we didn't
About
do
it.
anything intimately, but I'm also glad that like through the show that they expose where that history comes from, because
Mhm.
we do get to these places and friendships and relationships, and we don't know how these people got there and they end up messing around. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, how dare you cheat on this person and cheat on this person? It's like, man, if you knew how long that shit was brewing. They
Mm-hmm.
just happened to have enough alcohol that night. They just happened to
Mm.
be free enough that night. They just hated their kids enough that day to just let go. It whatever it is,
Yeah.
bad days, good days. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
we human. So that's, it's a concern for me too. Okay, Mary, it's
If
a concern.
Okay, because I was just about to say this whole time, why didn't she take off her ring? Because you had mentioned like time has passed. Because to us, it seemed like it happened so quickly. So why did it take her so long to take off the ring? And also, if you could give Dion some advice, what would it be?
I say get a new phone number, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that'll get your mama off your back. That'll get Lane off your back, man. And you might have to find a new career, because you definitely
Mm.
went out with a bang at the other one. It's to be honest, for Deon, I will say find out exactly what is gonna make you happy, brother. Because
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
chasing that whole career success, if it's just banking on that and that's what you banking for to start a relationship, or feel whole as a man, you may never reach this destination. And now,
Mm-hmm.
what was that journey about? So I tell him, just get yourself together. You were celibate before, goddamn it. You
Right.
might as well go back and
Just
be celibate again.
continue the journey.
Yeah.
What because I know last episode we really got to see Deon's relationship with his mom, but do you think if him and Lane get serious, will there even be room for Lane in his life? Like his mom takes up so much of his time and money.
Ah!
Man, I'm glad that you say that, because there's a lot of people who don't think that they are in a relationship with their kids like that, and that's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of pressure to put on your kids, because now you're halting their progress, halting their life, in
Right.
some senses to benefit yourself. No, you supposed to be making a sacrifice for your kid. Your kid ain't necessarily wasn't brought here to sacrifice for you. Like, yes, if the situation calls for, hey, I got to stay here for a little bit longer to take care of this and this, but like, there's too many parents that put their kids in that exact position, and it's unfair.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not your boyfriend, I'm not your man.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so, but I also know that, like, that's it's hard for you to find a man that you thought was either good enough to be around your son or be in your life, or good enough to replace the man that was here. You
Yeah.
know, that's a lot to process, a lot to try. For our parents.
Right.
But for Deon, I'd be like this: hey man, just change your number, bro. Like, you ain't even got to go home no more. You don't live there. You got a nice apartment.
Dang,
Don't,
can't leave his mama like that.
man,
I
leave it,
know.
leave
They have
everybody.
such a strong relationship. So
Yeah,
that would
but
be hard for him to kind of sort of walk away from that.
oh yeah, and to
It feels like such a big responsibility to him. So
well, he's been in that relationship the longest. Like, that is who, when Lane break your heart, that's where you go.
Exactly.
You go back to your mama, so you can't. But it's Deon bearing the responsibility of just not mom, but other family members. But that goes back to what I think we were saying earlier. When you're supposed to be the one, and you're the one that made it out, then yeah, you are everybody's meal ticket. You are everybody's savings plan. You are
Right.
everybody's retirement plan. You are everybody's prom fucking contribution. Like, hey, donate this, Girl Scout cookies, all this stuff. Like,
Right.
and again, I know I got nieces and nephews, and I'm the one that doesn't have children, and I'm single, so of course I got all this
Well, we got the
now
money.
expendable income.
Go
Yeah,
ask Uncle Chase.
yeah. It's like this. Who's helping Uncle Chase pay for his student loan debt? Huh? Who's doing
Hello.
that? Huh?
Hello.
Oh,
well, we got our own bills, and
yeah, yeah. See,
all the excuses come up.
yep.
I can't this week.
Oh
You
my
know.
god, that's crazy.
I did want to ask another question about Deon and Lane. So we always saw that Deon didn't really like Greg at all. Was it because like he was about to take his woman, or he just didn't like him?
So I think that there's a couple different dynamics. I think that there was that part where you see probably your chances slowly slipping away. You know what I'm saying? Because now it went from, hey, they just dating, to now they engage. I think the seriousness highlights where the holes are in their relationship, especially if you got any kind of feeling. And I do think that it's just Deon just has a little bit of hater in him. I think I think that's also, like, because if you think about it, he is probably the most analytical out of the bunch that is, and he's judging everybody.
Yeah.
His situation is fucked up, but he's judging everybody. Like, I can judge Tracy on her going out and dating basketball players. I can judge Vince and his outfits. I can judge Lane on having sponsors. I can judge Veronica from having too many dicks. Like, it's so it is that dynamic. I think that that's who he is wired to be, and I think that also too was just highlighted once. I think that's the natural aspect of, like, hold on, talking about he about to be part of our family. No, fuck
Right.
that, fuck that. Like, regardless of whether I call you sister or I want you to be my wife, like, fuck that, fuck that.
Greg did not fit in at all. Like,
And I also think it's also because Greg was able to financially take care of her too. Like, he doesn't have to worry like Deon does about like finances and stuff.
And he flaunts it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Bentley.
Deon hates
it. That is that generational thing. That is that. But that's also, I think, what does get highlighted is when you think that people have money, so they don't have these problems, or people come from money, so they not necessarily presented with these things. And you think, like, he got lineage, he got all this. He was looking for a plug and play. Look, I just need you to be here and be pretty, and so that is kind of how sometimes you get when you are career driven, when you have got to that place, you're in your 30s and you're like, listen, I just need somebody that's gonna help make these kids not look like the rest of my family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it so you playing with fire. Just I think, well, I mean, all of us in our 30s, in some senses, depending on where we sit mentally, can put us in that boat of like, oh, okay, cool, I'm ready right now, and this is the person. You're like, oh shit. Or you get highlighted where somebody around you gets married. You're like, damn, do I want to be with this person forever, or do I need to find somebody for forever? Am I okay? Am I not okay? Like you it puts you in that question place. And Greg, I think, also was an easy target.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
He wouldn't fight back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a doctor. He has money. As much of aloof as you got, he was like that's a black man that has his shit together, that is trying to do it the right way in some senses.
It's a little weird, but you know, he got his
Oh
shit
yeah, I
together.
mean,
A lot of weird.
that is funny.
Pictures with that dead dog is a no for me.
Oh, that is funny.
Do you think Deon's ever been in love?
I think he's been hurt. I think that he's been in a position where he's done the plug and play thing of getting the pretty faces. You know, he has money. He's in Atlanta. Like, you are a successful black man. You are a target. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that you're that. But I can also see, based on where him and Lane started and where him and Lane ended up, that it was always manufacturing a version of Lane. You know what I'm saying? That he probably was taking the L, and then that's why you probably jump fast to it. Because if that's who you wanted to be with, you've been seeing her this whole time, but you thought that you should be out here being Sweet Dick Willie, like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that I think, just part of manhood, I've seen happen with a few of my friends, cousins, and I think you end up chasing a version of something that is right in front of you or that you'll never have again.
That was deep.
That's deep. He's giving us gems this episode. I love it.
I read a little bit, you know.
He's smart, y'all. Yes.
He's smart, y'all.
Thank you so much, Chase, for coming through virtually.
Thank you, ladies, for having me. I know this was fun as hell.
Yeah,
I
thank
will say.
you.
So I
Thank
appreciate y'all having me.
Thank you. So can you let the people know where they can follow you, and if you have anything going on, projects or anything you want people to look out for?
I'm at Chase Comedy on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything, email, the whole nine. And it's more so just trying to figure out, one, when we about to go film, and then two, just trying to figure out what comedy and comedy clubs look like after this.
Right.
I think, you know, that's one of my biggest passions, biggest loves, along with acting, and so that's been like the hardest thing to assess or figure out, because you know you have stuff set up and then dates start getting canceled and all this, just because you know we don't know what that's going to look like. So to be honest, I'm just looking forward to being happy and healthy. If I can stay where I'm at right now in this mindset, then I think that everything else will work itself out.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Well, have you done any like stand up, like virtual, like Instagram live things? I've seen some people been doing that.
Yeah, I did one for Helium Comedy Club with Sinbad, and another one of his openers, and so that was fun. It was entertaining. It was pretty much turned into a Q&A, but he was intrigued to do it because he'll leave me on stage with him. So when I was touring with him, me and him would just stay on stage the whole time. And I'll stay on there. And again, it's like that young, older generation. So with him making fun of me and me making fun of him, the old and the young, like you get that bridge, as well as he dropping gems while he's on stage. So he was just like, well, we can kind of do what we were doing. Like, not too many people do this, and not too many people pay off of it. And so it was a little different. I think that it's weird not hearing the laughs. That was the biggest part.
I know. It's weird. But that's awesome. You okay, check you out. He out here.
Man, you know, it's a journey. You know, we just doing our part, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a long one, you know.
Mhm.
I got 2 careers that don't have a finish line, so
Mm-hmm.
happy and healthy.
Yep. And you're amazing
Love
at
it.
both. Love it, love it,
Thank you,
love
thank
it.
you, thank you.
Last announcements, ladies. He did say he was single.
Yes.
Are the DMs open?
Ooh.
DMs open?
Are you accepting bold messages in the DMs?
Oh, hilarious. I mean, they come. We filter them.
Open season. He said open season.
Oh, hilarious.
Good to know. Gotta get some tea for the ladies. Okay.
He does drop gems, so he's smart. He said,
And he's
just
funny.
go for it. He is funny. Oh my god, he is funny. You're welcome.
I know. Threw it off the backboard for me. I got you. Put me a nice little alley-oop.
Yep.
If my wife slides in my DMs, I'll let you know.
Oh.
You are so welcome.
Give us the invitation to the wedding. That's it.
Right?
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.